There's so many kids, in their teen years, they're making choices that could have an impact for the rest of their life. And Chris has made some choices early on in life that sent him on a negative spiral. And I think his story shows that what can happen if you make those wrong choices, especially at this age when you've got your whole life ahead of you. So everywhere he's gone, there, people. The impact has been phenomenal. I'm really excited for everybody here to be able to hear him.
So inspired. Ever since I saw his documentary Unguarded, I've been wanting to see him live because I just think his story is so inspiring. And I love what he does, how he goes around and shares his story about what he's been through and his recovery.
All thanks to the group Monson HEARS by founder Scott Malo. Former Celtics player Chris Herren performed on the court at Monson High School. No basketball needed. His life is now dedicated to spreading his powerful message about substance abuse and his own road to recovery.
I mean, I think anytime you can get this conversation started, it's important. I think we've kind of looked away from this topic for too long. So when a community invites me in, it's a responsibility for me to get this conversation out there and get people talking. It's necessary, and when you see, a woman sitting there with her 10-year-old daughter, and there's a reason that it's her or someone in her family, you have to bring it. And I walk in tired, and when I get the mic in my hand and I see people and I make eye contact, I'm inspired, to share it the right way.
A common question for him throughout the night: what can we do as a community to help those struggling?
I mean, I'm an expert at struggle, and I've been given a gift and a second chance. I know there's a way out. I'm proof of that. But I also believe that we have to do a better job at prevention. I believe we have to do a better job at offering treatment to people who are sick. And we have to acknowledge this as an illness and not turn our backs on people who are suffering from this.
He was impressed with the amount of people asking questions and willing to share their story in the crowd. He stresses the importance of being honest with yourself.
I think there's nothing more powerful and courageous when someone asks for help. I think it takes a lot of guts to show weakness, and I would encourage people to not be ashamed and to just extend your hand and ask for help. You can't get help unless people hear you. Nobody knows how to do it unless you tell them, and nobody's gonna ask you if you act like you don't need it. So it's big. Hopefully, the people out there who are struggling, that they find it within themselves to ask somebody to help them out.
A big thanks to Country Bank and the Monson Athletic Boosters for sponsoring the night, and another big applaud to Scott Malo and his work with the group Monson HEARS.
I think it's courageous of what he's doing, of what the community has done, and you get a lot of pushback on this topic. A lot of people don't think it's necessary. A lot of people think that it will never happen to them, so therefore they don't need to attend or be part of. But this is a family illness, and if you can honestly say that nobody in your whole extended family has ever struggled, I think you're lying. I tell you you're lying, because I think every family in America now has had someone down the line that suffered from this, and I think we should be tired of the suffering, and there's ways to fix it if we're willing to work at it.
Lastly, if you didn't make it out to hear Chris and you're struggling with an addiction yourself, he has a message for you.
Be good to yourself. Nobody wants to live that life. It's painful. It's painful for not only you, but your whole family. We're not supposed to bury 20-year-olds from overdoses. You know, children aren't supposed to see their dad on the news or their mom on the news dying of overdoses. It's an epidemic everywhere. You know, it might be new to this community, relatively new, but every community in the United States is suffering from this. And until we do it different, we're gonna get the same results.
For more information and where he's speaking next, head to his website, www.theherrenproject.org. You can also check out the documentary Unguarded and his book entitled Basketball Junkie, a Memoir.
Next time he's around, I will be there, and I'm going to try to bring as many friends as possible.
Support Project Purple and support Monson HEARS. I'm Darcy Fortune, M-PACT TV.